put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. We begin conversations this morning in studio as we speak with Rebecca Nedd, and she is the guardian of a student of the Mason Hall Secondary, the aunt of a student at the Mason Hall Secondary School. We know there's an incident that took place there earlier this week, and so we're going to have that conversation here in studio this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and thanks for having me on the show this morning.
So I want us to go through the situation that took place there in school earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday? Monday. Where a reported incident of bullying, of a different level of bullying, I would call it, because we had a little conversation about it here in studio on Tuesday morning. And, you know, I'm really still trying to wrap my head around how something of this nature could happen in one of our schools. In general, how could you come up with the concept to do something of that nature? So you received this call.
Yes.
And walk us through in your mind how you assess the situation, get yourself ready to go up into the school now to deal with it.
Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, parents. Good morning, children, and good morning to the teachers. To rehash this thing in my mind, it's very painful. And as everybody knows, I'm very emotional when coming to my family. And this is a child that her mother has passed. And she is in my mother's care, which is her grandmother. And I was home doing my own thing, folding my clothes, getting ready to bath, and my phone went off once, twice. I saw my mom. And if she called me twice, something is wrong. So I picked the phone, and my mom is 85, and she has high blood pressure. And she starts screaming to the top of her voice, Rebecca, Rebecca, this is what happened. Celine came home. Her bag was full of human feces. Her clothes get soiled by lifting the bag to take it to the principal. And I was like, what are you saying? I said, Mommy, hang up. To be honest, I don't know if I finished folding clothes, if I finished had a shower, but I was in Mason Hall School. To explain the feeling, it's a feeling of hurt, disgust, shamelessness, recklessness. It's just totally outrageous. It is outrageous. And for something of this sort to be happening in our schools today with the youths or the young adults of today's world, it's beyond recognition.
Are you able, when you went to the school and you had the conversations with the teachers, the child, all those who were involved, were you able to make an assessment as to what led to this type of action?
Oh. After I entered the school, I went to the principal's office as her aunt. I am her aunt. I want to state that clearly. An aunt that don't stand nonsense. I don't stand nonsense at all. What is right, and what is wrong is wrong. And this was totally wrong, right away wrong. I had a conversation with two police officers who met me by the gate because I called for police. Because this is beyond bullying. This is an assault on one's person. This is an outright assault. I had a conversation with the principal, and she was very reaching, touching. She sympathized with my feelings, the pain that we are going through. She was reaching. She was just speaking as a parent. You could see that the principal was in shock. She was in shock. She told me she discarded the bag in a bin in the school. They did not throw it out just yet until somebody come to say what to do with the bag. I went for the bag. I took pictures of it. And then myself, the little girl, and one of the male teachers took it to the big bin and discarded it. in the presence of the principal was a security guard and the 2 police officers that accompanied me there. Everything went smooth, but we are not satisfied. Something has to be done about the bullying, and for now, it is past bullying. This is an outright assault. It is an assault, and this is what it must be treated like, as an assault. The child must be held accountable for his display of recklessness, and I am calling on the mother today to come forward and stand the responsibility for your child. Be brave, be a parent, because I want to send a message out this morning. This bullying did not start in Form 1 or Form 2. This starts at home. That is your child. You must see when a child is displaying some sign of attention.
I agree with you here, Auntie, but what I want to get at is what led to this specific action, right? I would like to know kind of like the details. Was it a matter of provocation? How did this situation escalate? While we don't condone bullying of any nature, it is always good to get the details so we can understand. And yes, support needs to be provided to both students who are the victim and the person who perpetrated. There must be a thorough investigation, and support must be provided for both. But I'd like to know the lead up to what caused this type of behavior.
I have to say my niece is a quiet student. She don't talk. She don't go playing. She's always to herself with her cousin now and again. She's always to herself. The teachers can testify to that. The other students can testify to such. She's never in anything. But what she said to us, there is a lot of this been going on in the school. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. The bullying keep going on, and she was the victim on that day.
Was she a victim of bullying prior to this incident?
Twice, she said, they took her lunch money and her cell phone. Nothing was done.
Nothing was done by the school?
No.
All right. So what are you looking for and hoping for to happen as a result of this situation moving forward? I'm hearing that you're calling on the parents of the child.
Yes.
And so how would you want this matter to be resolved in the instance of the school and even further?
Well, how I want this to go is, first, the parents must come forward because you know your child. You have to come forward. I am imploring you. Please come forward and accept the responsibility of your child. Prevented, the child needs help. The home needs to be investigated. As I said, these little seeds, they are stuck in the earth, and then they've been watered, and then they start to germinate into a big tree that cannot be rooted out. So beside the victim needs help, the child who also perpetrated this act needs help, along with the parents. As much as I want them to get help, I am still going for the assault charge. It must be held as an assault, and an example must be set that this bullying in schools must stop. And if it starts by this, let it be. If they have recognized, and I'm blaming the parents also, I have a lot more blames to put out, that you know your child. If your child gets up in the morning and he normally say a prayer and come, good morning, mommy. One morning pass, he didn't do it. 2 morning pass, he didn't do it. Come on, you are a parent. Something is wrong. Why didn't he pray? Why didn't he say good morning to mommy? You have to nip it at the bud before it gets big.
And I agree with you in terms of being aware of your environment and the changes in behavior of your children and those who are in your charge. And I do hope that we could get more information and that this matter would be resolved in the soonest possible time.
It has to be.
Right. Thank you so much for coming on this morning and bringing that information to us, having the conversation this morning. We do hope that you get the resolve that you're hoping for. And we do hope that the matters are attended to, in the soonest possible time. time, bullying is totally unacceptable in any form. Of course, parents, we need to pay attention to our children's behavior, have conversations with them, provide the support that is needed in the schools, in the homes, wherever they are, and just let them know that bullying is totally unacceptable. We've been speaking with Rebecca Nedd, aunt of students who was recently bullied at the Mason Hall Secondary School. There, we're hoping for results to come soon. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio this morning. And as we go for a break, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.